Good morning, students. As we had a lot of discussion, that I have shared about Romeo and Juliet is enough, I think, because we have discussed about William Shakespeare and his works, and we have discussed about the background or the source for this prescribed extracts or verses to us from the point of view of the classical tragedy, that is Romeo and Juliet, as a play, and here as a poem. So now, you all know the story of Romeo and Juliet, and even I have explained what sort of things that we can call to these two soliloquies or dramatic monologues as such. And even I have given the number of lines of each dialogue or verse or an extract here of Romeo and Juliet here. And so now it is the time for us to read line by line or each verse which is prescribed to us in detail. So my dear students, as I said earlier in my class, that you are not supposed to go beyond the terms and conditions of board, that is PU board, the instructions on the question paper are the final ones. Each and every student has to follow the instruction that is written on the question paper. So even see your answers. See, you are going to write 8 questions of 4 marks. 8 questions of 4 marks here. So you have 32 marks here. And this is the area where the evaluators with all sorts of weapons are trying to deduct your marks, cut your marks by taking up the grammatical mistakes, spelling mistakes, and the way the handwriting that it has been written, the very general conditions of writing answer, the form, the structure of your answer, and finally the limitations of that answer, that is the words, because the board said us, instructed us, the 4-mark question must be in 80 to 100 words here. Keep this in mind. Did all of you open the text? Open it, because it is not just only the English that Shakespeare has included in his works, but there are some old and archaic words that he used, some Latin and Greek influence expressions he uses in his works, which are the ornaments for the language of Shakespeare. That's how he was celebrated. That's how he read by most of the people across the world, globally. So you have to concentrate a lot, on each and every phrase, every image, symbol, metaphors, or other forms of poetry that Shakespeare uses here. Then as I said, it should be 80 to 100 words. So 32 marks we have here. So that is why be careful. Then open the text, all of you, page number 2nd, and then this 4-mark answer must be to the question. I am saying must, not should. Must. It is compulsory for each and every student, like this situation, of this kind of situation, need to follow the instruction here. Your answer must be to the question, not to the poem or to the lesson of any author or writer here. Remember this, because you know that lakhs of students write the same answer for the same question, and the same text it is to everybody. Sorry, keep this in mind. And why can't 1,000 people can achieve the highest number one place? No, every year it is only one, maybe two, maybe three, but see, when you consider the total population or the strength of the students who appear in the examination every year, so there is a competition. So to the question, answer to the question is important. And the textual answer is given more importance, my dear students. We should not be in general on any of the works that were prescribed to us in second PU. Yes, keep this in mind and follow this in your examinations or even the tests conducted in the campus, means school premises as well, college premises as well. So that is why, dear students, so textual answers to the question, 80 to 100 words. Yes, only this area where you get maximum number of marks will be cut. Then another question you have, 6 mark question. There is only one question, 6 mark question, okay, and there you have to follow only 200 words. Got it? So 6 plus 32, here it is 38 marks. So for this 38 marks, whoever scores 38 out of 38 will surely get 100 out of 100 here. But it is not possible in English. It is not possible in English because nobody will score 38 out of 38 here. Because it is a language. Because it is a language of foreign. Because the attitude of the people towards this language shows or make us lose some or the other or one or the other mark in this section here. Spellings, grammatical mistakes, or in dealing with the answers as such. But 98 is it. You can see. Okay, keep these things in mind and look at the poem now. Yes, Romeo. Here, this extract or verse or a dialogue of Romeo is taken from Act 1st and Scene 5th of the play. See here, Act 1st, of course, the beginning act, the first act, but it is not the first scene here. Already 4 scenes have completed. So it is after the 4 scenes from first act. So the board has chosen, extracted this verse of Romeo here. Okay. It is not the very beginning of the play Romeo and Juliet. Now, I'll just read it once, the dialogue of Romeo. Okay. Oh, she doth tease the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of the night. As a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady over her fellows shows. The measure done, I will watch her place of stand, and touching us make bless my rude hand. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, for I never saw true beauty till this night. See, these are the emotions, feelings, very cold feelings of Romeo are expressed towards the beauty of the young and beautiful girl called Juliet here. Yes. Then you will not understand for one reading as such, because we have studied the background to this poem, okay, or extracted dialogue verses here, and now you can make out so the situation here and the incident here and the people gathered over there, the purpose of the people gathered over there, and what was happening on the ground dance floor there, and how was the complete environment over there, because the parties organized in English climate or place are so good, are so beautiful, are so quiet and calm, are so musical, are so grand, with all sorts of happiest things performing over there. Okay, different kinds of tasty foods, delicacies of foods, and the beverages, wine and other liquors that they arranged over there, and the very gloomy, dark, okay, the lights very with the dim light over there, and the musical sound as a background over there makes each and every one to react to that particular music here. Either one, so they may nod their head, they may move their hands or tap the tables as such, and even they may tap with their feet, okay, like that. So it was the full movement of each and every part of everybody that they are attending the party as such. So it was that kind of situation you might have seen in most of these Shakespeare's movies, because these plays, the 37 plays, so the maximum major works or plays of Shakespeare have made as movies now. Okay, you might have observed Shakespeare in Love, Romeo and Juliet, isn't it? And almost all the tragedies have taken the shape of movies, cinema today. Okay, you can observe the dress and the way they are arranged. So it is all the olden days culture and tradition that was brought out on all the scenes on the stage here. So have this knowledge or awareness of these things, because they are all important. We have to know them, because things here broods over on all the things that were there on that particular stop here. So it was Lord Capulet who hosted the party, the Grand Supper, to welcome to give a treat to the King of Paris, who all the way come from Paris to marry his beautiful, charming girl called Juliet here. To felicitate or invite the King of Paris, the Lord Capulet has hosted this party. And there was a restriction for the people to attend this party, because you know that Verona has two noble families, dynasties called the Capulets and the Montagues, and are sworn enemies, rival families living in a same city called Verona, and it is the party of Capulets, and they never ever invite any member of the opponent kingdom family called, that is Montagues. And Montague is, here is Romeo is a Montague and Juliet is the daughter of Capulet here. Okay, so now when you see the name of his first lady love, that is Rosalind, in the invitation of the Grand Supper, oh, he is getting ready, planning to go to the party and see Rosalind over there. So he was behind her, as if he is really in love with Rosalind, his first girl. Who is that? Rosalind. To enter into the party, he has to go in disguise. Yes, because he is a rival of Capulet. So there is no entry for him. So what he does along with his friend, so he attends the party or goes to the party in disguise. He changes his face cut, everything. He dresses in a way that the members of Capulet family never ever finds him out that he is a Montague. So he goes with a musical harp and instruments as a performer to the party there. So that is why it becomes easy for him to enter into the party here. And as soon as he enters the Grand Supper, his eyes started searching his first lady love like this. Then suddenly, as usual, automatically, when he was searching for Rosalind in the party, there was a beautiful, young, charming girl who is supposed to be at the age of 13 years on this dance floor. Maybe 13 or 14 years of age. When he captures the sight of Juliet on the dance floor, he forgets his first lady love, that is Rosalind. He never ever remembers and searches Rosalind when he got the sight of Juliet there. So he falls in a soliloquy and he sees Juliet first time on the dance floor over there, and automatically the words came out from his heart and soul are these things. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. See the language here, and see the form and the structure of the lines here. Do you think they looks as if they are prose? They are in a prose form here, or dialogues here? No, I don't think so, because the alliteration, the metaphors, the images, the symbols that he uses in these words, in these verses or dialogues are not at all capable to be a prose work or a play or a drama here. They are poetical in style. See the first line, bright, the end of the word. Second line, night, bright, night. Once again the third line, ear, dear. And fifth and sixth, crows, shawls. And seventh and eighth, stand, hand. And ninth and tenth, sight and night. So all these are dialogues. The sentences, the utterances, all the speeches here, dialogues here, anyways in the quality of Shakespeare's writing. Do you think that they can be called as prose dialogues? Never. The very use of this stress and unstress, see, they are all syllabled according to the terms and conditions of poetry here. So that is the speciality. Why is Shakespeare so special to us? Why are the people too fond of reading Shakespeare's works today? Because of this quality. And not only this quality, because this quality is just identified, the scholars are the educated people who knows the language of Shakespeare. But whoever listens, whoever watches, whoever glances his enactments, actions, plays on stage, whether it is an educated or an uneducated, will also like Shakespeare much more than any other playwright in English or in whatever language it may be. So that is a special feature of Shakespeare's writings. Even if you take his 154 sonnets, the same kind of structure and form we find. And even if you take the long poems, The Rape of Lucrece, Venus and Adonis, the same style and form structure of writing is followed by Shakespeare. So that is why he is special. That is why most of the people love Shakespeare works, love Shakespeare himself. See what a quality. A man who has not educated, trained with high qualifications, degrees of education as such, has presented or contributed, gifted his work to the whole world, and he also enlightens us, the people who listens, who watches his plays, with a very touching, emotional or tragical, humane themes that immediately make us to react to his themes in his works, isn't it? See, if you look at Romeo and Juliet, people are more serious throughout the play. When they watch each and every incident, each and every act, scene and dialogue and actions is serious. Nowhere he feels simply easy and free, or spending time lavishly or freely as such. He will be serious, interesting, and observing what next. Even if you watch the play for 10th or 15th time, so you will never lose your interest of watching it. That is the quality of Shakespeare's works. So in the same manner, I wanted you to listen carefully here. It is not easy to understand here because see the structure form here, how he has maintained. And not only this, alliterate here with the consonantal alliterations and vowel association like a bright night consonants are ended here, ear, dear, consonants. Okay. And when you come to the poem here, listen carefully. The first listening study is more important here because we begin with the primary or the beginning and with the event, background and source for your prescribed poem here. Okay. Now, see the comparisons here, images that he takes place to compare Juliet here and Juliet's beauty here. Nowhere or no normal man can go to the extent of describing, mesmerizing, qualifying the beauty of someone with whom he is in love with. Began suddenly. So now, see, observe this, my dear students, when you study and understand the second line here. See how he picturizes in his visualization of the beauty of Juliet here. If you consider this, that it has a night, yes, night, and you know that moon has different shapes according to the climate, age, time as such. Isn't it? And think that it is a moon. How it looks like? It looks like as a cheek. Yes, isn't it? Cheek, or what you can call the moon. So dark and white. Okay, it is dark, the night usually, and it is bright and light. So both these images of darkness and brightness are taken up by William Shakespeare. What? Images of what? Darkness and brightness are used by William Shakespeare to compare the beauty, the personality of the charming and the beautiful girl called Juliet here. Yes, and these qualities of William Shakespeare will make us more interested, feel interested to read the works of Shakespeare without stop. So, dark and bright, black and white. You can, okay, for your understanding, okay, black, okay, and the brightness usually will be white here. So these symbols were used throughout the play to compare one or the other quality of a person or any situation or a climate or a day or a thing, whether it is a living or non-living thing, by William Shakespeare. So now, for him, she looks like a cheek of the night. She thinks that it is all dark, it is the night, okay, it is black in color, it is dull, and among that, the Juliet looks like a cheek of the night, as if this or moon, okay, and see okay, this is the thing that this was described by William Shakespeare. Okay, what? It seems she hangs up the cheek upon the cheek of the night. Yes. Now, come to the third line here. Okay, really very interesting and very meaningful and rich in literature and language function as such. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Imagine a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. See, once again, Ethiop's ear means Ethiop means African, isn't it? We all know that because we have studied the history during till 10th standard. Okay, Ethiop, yes, the spelling is right. African, or a black woman, you can say black woman from Kenya or from African countries. So the complexion of the color will be quite darker here, isn't it? Dark or black complexion. So the ear of the Ethiop's ear or Ethiop woman or African woman is quite black, quite dark. And if you fix, she think that it is an ear, okay, and if you puts a jewel to this lady's ear, it is brighter, it's like this. Okay, in whatever shape that you may like to feel what I write to about the jewel as such, okay, which is whiter, brighter, dark, and it is the jewel in what? The ear of a black woman, which is brighter, bright, glitter, yes, and whiter. And it is that picturization of Romeo that we see in this poem here. Okay, listen carefully. You won't be getting these kind of explanations in future, even if it is discussed or revised, because in every discussion we change our expressions, the mode of explanations as such. Okay, and he compares Juliet to a jewel, or Juliet and Juliet's beauty to a rich jewel in an African woman's ear. So you can picturize yourself. You can visualize yourself how it looks. The jewel, the earring in a dark woman's ear, African woman's ear. On the diamond earring, if you see how it will be glittering with whiteness, brightness. So the light which fell on this jewel will give a reflection, splashes of lights whitish. So it is that kind of beauty, so which Juliet has. As a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. Yes, see this line. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. Shakespeare, here Romeo says that the beauty of Juliet will not be given to anybody, or it cannot be possible for any common man who has born on this earth to use the beauty of Juliet. It is one understanding of this particular line. And the poet here also refers, it is too early to die for such a beautiful Juliet as such, because they die very young, isn't it? So it is an unfortunate thing for everyone who admires the beauty of Juliet here. It is too early of her to die with such a wonderful, bright, eternal beauty like that. ಅದು ಒಂದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಟು ಡಿಯರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೂ, okay, for earth too dear. So the earth wouldn't have gave birth to her because she is so beautiful, charming, fascinating, with a very less span of life, with the very quick and early, a very less time of living on this earth. So it is rarest, chiefest, costliest, priceless. The beauty of Juliet is priceless. It is those connotations and understandings that come to our mind when you take up this particular line, that is beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. Yes, don't just take up the literal meaning of the word here. That is not the intention or the actual meaning of Shakespeare, what included here. It is the total dramatic irony, what you call dramatic irony. A technique of dramatic irony that we see in this line. Which one? Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. This is the line. Which one? This one. Got it? See, look at the points written on the board and just recall what I have discussed about these points. And cheek of the night, rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Okay, think that it is a ear. I'm not so good at drawing or art. Ear. Imagine just like that it is a ear. And see, it is this kind of analysis of the poem will make us understand each and every word, sentence in the works of Shakespeare, make us understand easily. So that is why the concentration must be 100% here. Okay, the works or the language of Shakespeare is quite complex, quite rich with the use of images, symbols, metaphors, okay, and other forms, techniques, structures of poetry here. So the tools, the poetical tools that he uses are quite different, are quite interesting, are quite meaningful, beautiful when you compare to any playwright in English literature. So that is why, dear students, we all of us have to concentrate on Shakespeare's poem here, because I want you to score. See, for example, the distribution of marks to this unit is, see, 1 mark question, 1 mark, okay, plus 4 mark, okay, R, okay, or 1 mark plus 6 mark question. These two types of allotments of marks or distribution of marks that you will find or see in this what unit, Romeo and Juliet. Either you may get 1 mark question 1, 4 mark question 1, and 4 mark question 1. So 5 marks. So you may get for 5 marks. Or you may have this also distribution. Sometimes you also may get 1 mark question 1, 6 mark question 1. So 7 mark. So possibility of distribution of marks on this poem is this: 1 5 mark and another 7 mark. So students, I want you to score 7. If it is asked for 5 marks, 5 out of 5, and if it is for 7 marks, 7 out of 7. If you follow, listen, take down all these images, symbols used, and listen, and with 100% concentration, and if you use all these technical things that I have used in the class or discussion here, surely a student can score, will score, so 5 out of 5 or 7 out of 7. Okay. So now once again, I'll just read these 4 lines here. So I will stop by these 4 lines today, and we will continue in the next class here. Oh, she doth tease the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of the night as a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. See how beautiful, how meaningful, emotional, sentimental these words in every sentence here. Yes, that makes us quite happy, quite contented to the meaning and the use of language that Shakespeare employs in his writings. Yes? So, if you have any questions, doubts or confusions, so you can ask me when it is uploaded to you after listening to my class, watching the class. So come out with questions, send me the questions, in turn I will send you the answers. And I feel really very bad that very few number of students are participating in these things. Students, listen, be careful. English marks, that is 97 or 98, is very important to stand first in district or state. Okay, district first or state first. Okay, don't neglect. Each and every quarter of a mark in second PU is important. A student of second PU should not have any carelessness on even a quarter of a mark. You should be very much serious, and there is a more competition. You have to fight a lot, you have to work hard, you have to listen carefully, you have to write good. Okay, then only you can score good marks here. Okay, keep this in mind. Okay, yes students, and mention all those things with pencil at least in your textbook. Okay, words, lines, whichever you feel like okay difficult or interesting. Okay, do mention in the poem with the pencil. Yes. Okay. So with these words here, okay, we are going to stop the class of today. Till then, take care, bye, have a great day.